Interesting. Very, very interesting. Why is it? Yeah. Well, it should be streaming. We should be. But for some reason, okay, we have a major delay. That's okay. That's okay. Um, I don't know what happened, but we gotta do a couple of housekeeping things right quick. This one. And no, not that one. So why is this not showing me chat? And okay, so we're gonna go into Google because this thing's being ridiculous. So I'm gonna go in back into YouTube. We're gonna put that over on the other monitor. Come on. The one thing that I don't like about this monitor is it's really small. But we can go in here and YouTube Studios. Oops, that's the wrong one. Switch account. And we're gonna do see if it will let me. There we go. Ha ha ha. Oh, Andy's in the chat. Hello, Andy. Okay. For some reason, the bit rate's really low. But okay, so thank you for your patience as I figure this out. I built a whole new OBS live stream thing, whatever it's called, on the fly. Because it's a fresh install, because I unloaded it or uninstalled it, and then I had to reinstall it. I will never understand technology, and my camera is wiggling because this hoe it's on a cart. So let's bring you overhead. Hang on. Are my things gonna still work? No. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Let's get our mouse over to this screen. There we go. So I already have sugar on the stove, but I'm gonna do this pot because after we're at 248. So undelay. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. So after I get done with this batch, I am going to do another batch because we're gonna make what I like to call super duper cinnamon. And this is not an all natural cinnamon. This is a natural flavor with some flavor boosters in there. And so the regular cinnamon that I'm going to do, I have to find a cinnamon oil that I like, but it's going to be all natural. So let's put that there. So I already got the sugar in this pot. Bring this over. There we go. So this is how, oops, I should have put the pot on there first. But the peppermint, I'm going to do a regular peppermint, and we're going to try out our new packaging and do an all natural packaging, an all natural flavors and stuff. So let's tear this out. And I know most people do their hands and stuff. I don't like that. It's nothing against them. Nothing. I just don't like my hands being sticky. I'm kind of a nerd that way. It's my neurospicy showing through. Okay, so I have this scoop, which is a 4-ounce scoop, which is what I use for my small pots. And is this as fast? No, probably not. But is it less messy? Abso-freaking-lutely. So we need about 1.5 pounds of this, and we're at just at under a pound. So about 1/2 kilo for those of you over on the other side of the pond. Okay, we gotta go to 1.22. I'm just gonna give a little bit here. Come in. There we go. Okay, so I'll put that there. Then we're gonna weigh out the water. And I only need 1/2 pound of water. It's way more water than we need, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, so since we're done with the scale, I already got my potassium bitartrate, aka cream of tartar. And then I'll take this and stir it up. And then that way it'll all be ready for when we're ready to do the peppermint. And I might do that on the live too. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Oh, you're gaming while watching candy making. That's interesting, Andy. Okay, now I'm gonna let that sit there just for another minute. And we're gonna take the spatula and scrape off my paddle. There we go. Wash this off. Okay. 271. So I get this out of the way. And take this, scrape this out. I won't be making all these today. We're just going to make the cinnamon, and I'm going to cook the syrup a little bit longer than I normally do, just so I can get that color that I like. Okay, where's my mallet? Okay, watch your ears. Oh. there was a hair on there. How dare there be a hair on there? All right, here we go. Ugh. Okay. Whew. That's only 65 pounds. Well, it's a little less than 65 pounds. Okay, so now last step is I like to get most of the sugar off the sides. Some people use a brush for this. I'm using a spray bottle. And I'm not getting all of it. I'm getting most of it. All right, hanging that back up where it goes. And then we're going to put this on the stove. Wow, that pot went 0 to 60 real fast. It's already at 292. We're going to go up to about 310, 315. So I'm going to take this and we're going to get any sugar crystals. This is bleach water. So it's about, if I remember correctly, it's a 5 or 6% solution. That way we get any stray sugar crystals out of the way. And any sticky spots out of the way too. And spend probably the rest of the day after these 2 batches packaging candies and getting them ready. We're at 3:07 already, so I need to grab this. They're a little wet still. I washed them. So put that there. Oh wow. Interesting. 3:07. I can read the thermometer, really. I can. Oh. Oh, we need to get the cinnamon oil out. And I need to get my little scale. There we are. We're at 310. I'm going to turn off the heat. I turn off the heat, but I let it sit there for a minute. And then let's grab one more little cups here because we only need 10 grams of this. But I'm going to grab my pot first so it doesn't get overly cooked. Whoa! There we go. And I need my... Now I'm just doing a little batch because the cinnamon, the super duper cinnamon, it's popular in some places, but some markets it just sits there. And I really don't think people realize how awesome of a flavor it is. But if you've ever had the cinnamon Altoids, these are your candy, because these are, you know, there's something in there. Let's get one from over here. I'll rewash some of those. That one has a piece of candy in it. Probably from when I was cutting. Oh, probably should tear this up first. Yep, see? This is why we always tear, even though they're the same cup, they're slightly different. And if you're doing big measurements, it doesn't really matter. But since I'm doing a little measurement, we go. All right. There's that. Don't drop it. It's glass. Okay, there's our cinnamon. We're ready to go. I'll put this back over here. Let's grab our silicone mat. Shaboom. Okay. And get our bars down. Just clean these so they're getting a little sticky. Because I clean them after every time, but sometimes when I'm cutting the candies, little pieces of candy, like after I wash them, they get sticky again. Okay, where? Oh, that's right. I knocked this shelf down. So it's just kind of hanging out there. All right. You ever have those days where just everything you touch just falls apart? Yeah, that was kind of my day the other day. It's like I knock stuff over. It's like if I wasn't a klutz, I joke that I'm the most graceful klutz that you'll ever meet. Because I can be klutzy, but I have grace. I fall with grace. I think that's all the 15 years of dance lessons that I took when I was a kid. I can fall gracefully now. All right. We're going to put this down. Actually, I think we're going to move this one in because we have such a little batch. We don't need this big area. So we're going to move this here. And we're going to just kind of clamp it. Okay, I think we should be good. We're going to use this mat. That should be good. You know what? We're going to move this in even more. Because we're going to make it okay. There we go. Let's try it here. So I gotta be careful because I have these magnets underneath. And you know what else I forgot to do is I need to turn on my lamps. Hang on, I can reach. I really can. Man, I need longer arms. There we go. Ha. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let this cool just a little bit longer because I think we're right around 290. Yeah. 290, 280, 288. So I'm gonna let that chill just a little bit longer so the cinnamon doesn't cook off. I'm also gonna go grab a sip of a beverage. I'll be right back. Okay, now I know I have a spatula somewhere. You know what? We're just going to use this IKEA one because it's smaller. I don't need a big gigantic one like I do use for the big pots. One thing I need to do as well, let's get my gloves ready. Those are right there. And I'm going to cut this back area so it's ready to go when we are ready to go. There we go. There's always those few straggler pieces of candy that when I'm done cutting candy, I'm just like, I'm done. Okay. And then put the grate in there. There we go. And then we're going to use the new cutter. I did order more blades for it. They should have been here, but by now. But Amazon has been delivering stuff kind of weird lately. Like normally they leave it at our front door or in the mailbox, and lately they've been putting it by the garage door. And I'm like, why are you doing this? That's not the front door. I mean, technically it is a front door, but it's not a front human door. There's not a human door there. So I gotta open up the big garage door. And I think, I think I figured out how I'm going to alter that so it can flip back better. So let's put, we're going to add some super red and chocolate brown color. I just put the super red because if you ever look at real cinnamon, it's got an undertone to it of red. And we just put a drop of red. We don't put a whole lot, just so it has that undertone, like a cinnamon stick. There we go. And then we'll put our flavor oil in there, and this is gonna make the whole house smell like snickerdoodles. I wanted to do a snickerdoodle flavor, like cinnamon and vanilla. Whew. I'm going to dribble a little bit of oil on here. I said I was going to change that bottle, but I never did. I haven't found a new one. I bought a new one, but I don't know where it went. It's probably in the kitchen somewhere. Because I put it through the dishwasher. So I probably put it away, not thinking. Okay, there we go. Got some oil on there. We need to go oil the hook as well, but we'll do that in a moment. Let's get this out of here. Whew. I should have gotten the long spatula. Whew. All right. I can taste that. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision, because you would taste it too. Whew. So super duper cinnamon, I don't put any stripes in. I just pull it. Oh, you know what? Let's give you the side view. Hang on, gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Thank you. There we go. So, oh, hang on. This camera got all discombobulated. There we go. Oh, I know why. Because I moved the thing over. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Here's me trying to be really cool about it. Ooh, the cinnamon didn't even mix in. Okay. It's all right. We'll make it happen. And before you go jerk, I'm fine. I don't need gloves to hold on to a pot. I'm more likely to drop it with gloves on than I am without. Oi! All right. Now I definitely have the sniffles. Cool. Can you see the steam coming off of that? Ooh. All right. Let's get this going. Let me grab these gloves. Excuse me. Ooh. That'll wake you up in the morning. Well, one thing will be certain. My sinuses will be cleared out by the end of the day. All right. That's enough of that. Whew. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to cover that up. That's it for a minute. I need to blow my nose, so I'm going to mute the microphone because I'm really sniffling. Hang on. Okay. Whew. They are very thick, durable gloves. These are silicone gloves, and they've got a cotton or something kind of lining. They say cotton, but it doesn't feel like cotton. It feels more like a cotton polyester blend. All right. I'm just going to kind of flip this back and forth. Get some movement going so it cools off. I'm trying not to sniffle in your ear. Get over. There we go. But I have had this flavor oil on back order. And I finally got it, so there'll be some people in Taylor that'll be very happy. Because this one sell at the Artisan Mercantile where I have my candy. That's one of the places where it's like I bring it in and it's gone. So see, it's still hot to stick. Still hot enough to stick to the glove. So if it, as soon as it's sticking, that means it's still too hot to handle. But it peels right off. That's why I love these. These ones, like my finger is like right here. So they're really big for me. The blue ones, that's why I have 2 pair. Because these ones I can take off and on. Like if I'm going back and forth between pots or I need to, you know, prep things or whatever, I can take these off and put them back on again. The blue ones, once they're on, they got to stay on because my hands get a little damp and then I can't get them off. See how nice and pretty that is. There, see, we're starting to cool off now. I want to get some of that. I don't know why the red separated, but it did. So we're going to just pat the red bits in there. Oh, flip that over. So we're doing a market down in Austin. And I say down, I should say over, because Austin is due west of us. We're going to be doing, it's called the Plug Hub Market. It's in the Republic Square in downtown Austin. And if you're in that area, come out and see us. We'll have free samples. We'll have cinnamon. We'll also have, for the first 100 visitors, they're handing out 100 bags that are kind of like a swag bag of all the vendors that are there. And there's only 100 of them, but you'll be able to get a taste of what it's like to be part of the Beta Tea group. Excuse my sniffles, but this is really potent stuff, yo. Okay, so we're getting there. So while we wait for this to cool off a little bit more, put this over here. Oh yeah, we're almost there. I'm gonna go turn on the light and get the hook oiled because it won't take long to pull this. Let me turn on the lights. There we go. board. What?
No.
Mikey looked at me like, am I in trouble? No, you're not in trouble.
Okay, good.
You ate your lunch, you're fine. You got clean. You're part of the clean plate club.
Made some kick-ass spaghetti.
It was all right. I don't like red sauce that much. But sometimes I get a craving for it. It's weird. Yeah, we're still a little sticky. Okay. Whew. All right, while we're waiting for that to cool off just a little bit more, let's see where we're at. So just so you know, this is what candy makers deal with. That is what? 194. Yeah, about 200 degrees still. So 195 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Y'all have to do the math because my mathy doesn't math. All right. Next step, I'm going to bring the side view camera yeah. So we're going to bring this over to the hook so you guys can watch while it's on the hook. And oh, why is that all discombobulated? There we go. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm going to get a drink and then we're going to bring this over to the hook. Okay, here's me talking, and I forgot that I turned off the microphone, so you don't have to hear me slurp on my coffee. Yeah, it's still really warm. But I think I might do 2 peppermint. I might do a super duper peppermint, and I might do regular peppermint. But I'm gonna do the regular peppermint after the probably. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this live. I don't know. We'll see how many people are hanging out with us. All right, let's switch you over to the other camera. No, I don't. I plugged in my other phone. All right. There we go. There's the hook. And it is kind of dark over there. But that's because I don't have a light in that general vicinity, which if I get a chance to go to Vid Summit, I'm probably going to look, because last year Amaran was there and I almost bought a light. But this year I think I might, because they usually have pretty good deals for Vid Summit. Oop, pop. All right. So this is a little, let's see, this is about a 4-pound batch. This is about, let's see, I normally make 13 to 15-pound batches, so it's just a little guy. And he's already gonna give me trouble. But these don't come in a mix just yet. They will be. The Super Duper cinnamon, like I said, it's not part of a mix yet. So I don't have to make as much of it because I just sell it individually. There we go. Whoa. Do you see that red kind of undertone to it? That's just that one drop of red. There we go. Almost there. Whew, still really warm. Almost there. There. Right at the color I want. All right. And of course, it's going to be all right, watch your ears. There we go. Ta-da! It's so pretty. All right. I'll put this underneath the heat lamp for a moment. And then bring you back overhead for a moment. Crap. Hit the wrong button. Okay. There we go. And then we should have our camera back. All right, hang on one second. Okay, there we go. Now you got a better view and it's a little more straight on. It was kind of crooked. All right, well, that sits there and rest for a moment. I'm gonna grab a drink because all I can taste is cinnamon, yo. Give me a moment. Yeah, it is kind of crazy how it expands. The more you incorporate air, the floofier it gets. It's kind of like whipping egg whites. All right. So this is probably going to go fairly quickly. Fold the edges in on themselves. Kind of knead it. Okay, I'm going to move this down here. I'll move this back up here. So one of the things that I've been working on is ribbon candies, because I want to do those. And what I'm doing right now is I'm over at the other table and I'm taking the bars off so I have a place to put the candy once it's finished, because we're going to have lots of candy here. That's good. Okay. All right. So let's start at this end. I'm going to put this down here. But I want to start doing ribbon candies because I want to start doing them now so I have a good way of doing it. Oh, crapola. You know what I forgot? I forgot my scissors. Okay, hang on. Plan B. Well, not plan B. We're just gonna put this back in here. I need to go get my scissors. I think they're over in my drying rack. I hope they're in the drying rack. Hold the show. I'll be right back. They were in the drying rack, but there was a little bit of water still on them, so I'm just gonna dry them off a little bit. Make sure there's no water, because a lot of times they get stuck like behind this screw thing. It's not so much the handles and stuff, but I just want to make sure that there's no water in them, on them, and then we'll put them together. Somehow, there we go. Okay. No, that's why I'm not an all-star basketball player. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's get... Now there's wax on this canvas, and that helps me lube up my gloves a little bit. So I'm kind of excited. I probably won't get to it till Sunday, but I got more blades so I can make this just that little bit longer. Oh. Yeah, that's so much easier. So I'm going to put a piece of wood here as kind of a stop. And then I'm going to take another piece of wood and put it here. But what I'm going to do is put the hinge in first, so that way I can flip all the way back. And that will help. Can I make these a little bit smaller? Not that small. So, because I think if I have it a little bit longer, okay, we're going to cut these. Oh, that one broke off all by itself. Let's cut these ones. That. And just take this and move this here. There we go. See, I gotta figure out a better way to clamp this down too. It's not quite working the way it's supposed to. I wonder if I tighten this up a little bit. See, then it lifts up, but then they break, and I like that. Okay, I'm wondering. See, I'm kind of like just thinking out loud here. Don't mind me. Okay, I think what we can do. See, it slides. Stay. Stay. You know why it's sticking? Because I forgot to grease them. It's all right. We'll do that in a second. Okay. Let's move this back over here because that's getting a little hot. Oh, cool. So let's see what we can do here to make this a little, release a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, see if I put the hinge on the other side of this block, but have it be a different block so it'll open up a little bit further. And then that way it will, see, these are just breaking apart. That's awesome. But they want to stick together because I stacked them when they were still warm. Oop. No man down. No candy left behind. Okay, sorry I'm moving the camera a little bit, but you were sitting on my mat. All right, there we go. The cutter is, you know, it's just, right now it's just clear wood. And these are scrapers from the, like, they're called, oh, what are they called? Grill scrapers, like you use in a commercial kitchen for the flat top. So I have 6 more coming, so that way I'll have 12 blades. And I think we're going to try that, and then if that's still not long enough, or, you know, big enough, we will go up. I'll grab another. They're about $15 for 6. So it's not too god-awful expensive, and I'll be able to use these same blades when I switch this out for metal. So it's not like it's a one-time shot. Yeah, that got cold. They've got little things in it. It's all right. It just doesn't like to stay up. So, which is fine. We'll make it work. That's what we do around here. We make things work. See, if I had another set of hands here, I could be pulling and they could be cutting. But I don't. Mikey's working from home today. We have some things going on. Life got lifey. So we can do with what we got. Okay, so there's that. Okay. We'll bring these over here to the other table. Here we go. See, I'm grateful I didn't cut the whole thing up, the whole mat there. Because that way I have some for when it gets bigger. Okay, stay. Okay. Okay. And I think I'll put a bar across the front too. That way I have something to hang on to maybe. I don't know. I don't think it will hold though. That's the whole kicker. Someone's trying to get my attention. Oops. It was the ghost. It was a ghost of candy past. Sorry. I'm a nerd. It's okay. You can say it. I say it all the time. Stay. That piece got a little long. Let's cut him in half. There we go. Okay. that. See, I'll be able to make these even longer. That'll be great. And then I'll probably take like a saw, like a handsaw, and make lines where the candy can lay. I gotta cut that guy. He's a little big. That's okay. We'll make him smaller. There we go. You know, if I had thought about it, I could do the packaging of this right away too. But I didn't print off the labels for this. So which is fine. Okay, fine. But it'd be nice to have the lines so I know where each piece can lay. And I might even work on some kind of way to keep it from sticking to the top. Because see, if I could just go like gangbusters. Okay, these two and this one need to be cut. So just cut him in half. There. Take this and bring it over there. They look kind of coppery. They look really pretty. I like them. So yeah, if I have that board there, then I can just boop and then boop and boop. Oop. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, that was inappropriate, you. Why are you being like that? Excuse me. See, I need some kind of something up here. Or maybe I just need to oil it more. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that got a little short. That's okay. Cool. You know, it's just not being cooperative today. Stay. Thank you. All right, this is a little bit big, so we'll cut this one. There we go. Move this over there. There we go. All right. Oops. That was not supposed to happen. Okay. This one's a little bit thick, so we'll cut him off. Same with this guy. This one got a little bit thick too. Is he gonna let me cut him still? Yep. Cool. All right. This guy too. Some of the little bits will go in to be samples. Because when I do markets, I always have kind of a try before you buy. And I say, hey, you know, if they don't buy anything, I just say, hey, you know, I understand, you know, times are tough. And, but if you could give me a follow on YouTube or Instagram, that'd be great. And 9 times out of 10, people do. And then there's some people out there that say, oh, I don't have social media. And I'm like, well, I appreciate your stopping by. And if you get a chance, you can always leave feedback on mamatcandies.com. So, you know, I'm not like, no, I'm not pressure. I don't pressure people, but I also need to make money, yo. You know, this isn't just some hobby. I'm just not some, you know, cute little girl making candy. And I do it so people can create their joy, but I also need more money so I can help more people create their joy. It's not about becoming a millionaire. It's about making a million smiles. And that can be harder than one thinks. All right. Yeah, that one's going to be, these are going to be small on that side, but that's okay. Yeah, see, if I have a handle here and I can push. I wonder if I have a dowel or something that would work. I think even a piece of stainless steel pipe I think would work. Yeah, this one's a little bit big. I'm getting the hang of it though. I'm going a lot faster than I was before. It's just a little guy. See, we'll give these as samples. So that's about sample size. I didn't realize I was shaking the table so much. Sorry about that. Earthquake! I haven't decided if I prefer this one or not. I'm going to make the bigger one, but I think this one is going to be, I think I like it better just because I can control it a little bit better. The other one, it's sometimes it shoots candies across the room and that's not cool. Let's see if we can get one more really quick. Yeah, that one's way long. Okay, that one's got a bubble in it. That's okay. So I need to get, because this is an Apple phone, and the only cord that I have for the above my head, so you guys don't wobble every time I, oop. Well, that wasn't cool. What'd you do that for? So every time I push on the thing, you guys wobble. And I didn't realize that you guys were going to wobble like that. I apologize. But one thing I can do is I can do overhead shots, but I need to put a longer Apple cord because these are what are they called? Lightning cables? Fire cables? Something like that. So I need to come up with, find one of those. I know there is one around here somewhere. But right now it's just a USB cable, USB-C. And my iPhones are old. They don't use USB-C. All right, we're almost done with this batch. Oh, it's going to be that way, huh? Let's get... See, I'm wondering... I'll grab this. Put this on top of here. That way it kind of traps the heat in there so they don't get all persnickety. So I'm wondering if I make this longer and I make it so it doesn't fall over as easy. If I can just run it across, snip it, run it across, snip it, run it across, snip it, and then come back and chomp them down. If that's going to work. Like I envision. I'm trying to be nice and not shake the camera. Sorry. I apologize in advance. I see this one here. He needs a little snippety. See, let me snip him. Yep. Nope. That one fell on the floor. Sad day. Man down. Okay, so let's put these in the tray. These are all cooled off for the most part. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, see, this gets nice and warm. And we don't have it do its weird stretchy thing that it likes to do. All right. Or maybe we just cut them on here. Let's put that underneath here. Stay. Let's see what happens. Maybe that make my shoulder pop. My shoulder needs to pop. It needs to self-adjust. Oh yay, it didn't fall on the floor. There's that. Gotta love that when that happens. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my scissors too. Because this guy got a little bit chunky. And it's okay. We don't candy shame around here. Size doesn't matter. Okay. Here we go. Probably got two more strips for their boots. I spent last year learning how to make candy canes. And that wasn't hard because I used to make them on a polymer clay. In fact, that's how I found Hercules candies, because I was learning how I was doing polymer clay. I was doing polymer clay candy canes. And I figured, well, what's the best way to make a polymer clay candy cane is to learn how to make real candy canes, right? So, and that's how I found Hercules. And that was back in like, I want to say 2016 to 2018, somewhere in there. And I've been following their story since then, like maybe even earlier than that. I want to say I was in culinary school, but I don't remember. Whoop, let's bring you down here. This is the last little bit. So we wanted to stay nice. So still have to cut a few by hand, which isn't that big of a deal. think that this come with practice. So I'm going to grab this tray. We're going to bring you overhead. Give me a moment to tidy up. Take my glove off. I'm actually going to go wash my hands. Give me a moment. So the wobbling is fine. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. Okay, I washed my hands really quickly. I didn't do the full twinkle twinkle little star like I normally do. Yeah, the cat, Rhea's like, whatever. The Smog will like bat the little pieces of candy that she finds. They usually stay out of the candy lab because I've kind of, as much as you can train a cat, I've trained our cats. They don't, well, Smog never jumps up on high places, and Rhea knows that she's not allowed up on top. So, this is the other thing I like about this cutter, is these, they break. They do their breaking. And they break nicely and cleanly. They don't just shatter. But I think that's because the cog that I have, I think the cutter thing, the width of it, of where it goes into the candy, I think it's too wide. So some of these got really big, but that's just because I pulled them too big. I just need to pull them smaller. So yeah, here, I'm going to show you. And these will be ready to package. See, like these got too big. You see? But I'm okay with that. I would rather have them, a handful of them be too big. That doesn't bother me. But look, watch. I mean, they break cleanly. I like it. And the ones that don't, I can go in and use my fingers to break them. So I can... That's so awesome. So like sometimes the two just, but I can just boop them. I can just boop them apart. That makes my heart so happy. So the other thing I thought about doing with the cog is cutting it out of, like, I want to say it's maple. And then taking the blades and cutting them to fit on the end of the cog so they cut the same way. But then also, with that, have a little thing that comes in and puts like a letter T on top of it. Because I was going to do an M for Mama T. But then I'm like, nope, can't do that. Big Candy would Big Candy would have a big fit. So let me grab my side view camera now that I have some room for it. And let's see if we can... Because we're almost to the end here. So I don't have to have it on the charger. And it is on... So What are you doing here? There we go. Come on. You can kind of see more up close and personal. There. There. How's that? I'm gonna grab my bench scraper here. This is my cheap Dollar Tree one. So I can just go. That's so epic. I mean, probably to most people, you're like, yeah, and if you knew how much time that saves me from having to stand here and go piece by piece by piece. And just pick them all up. Oop, I booped it again. I don't even have to pick them up. They just... That's so much fun. See, now like this one wouldn't break because it's an end piece, but I can give these out. Oh, where's the camera? I give these out. Those are my sample sizes. So I give you a pretty decent size. It's not like I give you, you know, not something substantial. All right, my arm's gonna get in the way because I gotta do this. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can get Droid Cam on my old Samsung. I was going to use that for music, but I paid for a music service, and the first video I made with it, I got a copyright claim on it. It's like, so I'm working with them to get that fixed. That's why you don't see all of my live streams. All right, so I'm going to go live tomorrow too. I just want to get this. I'm going to go print off the labels for this, and we're going to get these packaged up. Now we do them in 2-ounce and 4-ounce sizes. They are going to be available on the website, mamateascandies.com, and or you can pick them up at any of the markets that we go to. We've been having some fun with that lately. Canopy issues and stuff, so hopefully we'll get back onto a schedule. I'm only going to be doing evening markets though. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.